This week on No Limits Fishing.
May be a long battle though. This fish is left down. This is a true bull. This is what we came to do. These fish are schooling up this time of year. Welcome to No Limits Fishing. We are here at the Ocean Isle Fishing Center with our esteemed guests. As always, we have First Mate Braden. How you doing, buddy? Not in school right now. It's a good thing. And we're glad to have our co-captain, Captain Barrett. Where have you been? You've missed a couple shows lately.
Yeah, I've been all over the place chasing fish mostly. I left you here to take care of No Limits Fishing for me while I was gone, and I missed out on some good trips, but I was, like I said, chasing some fish down in Louisiana, doing some redfish tournaments down that way.
Yeah, you fished in a redfish tournament. You did good down there too, didn't you?
I did. I'm starting to figure that game out a little bit. We came in second place in a big tournament down in Slidell, and had a big time, but it's now cool weather, so it's time to come home and let's go fishing.
Yeah. Well, like we talked about last episode, we were up in Virginia Beach fishing. We were sort of getting past all the hot weather, but we are home and it is time to go fishing. And this evening, we're going to try to go catch some of those big redfish that we catch in the fall time. We've heard a tale of some of them possibly on the beachfront, maybe some of them down around the inlet mouths, and we're just getting some tackle ready. Tell me about that rod and reel, what you have and what you're doing there.
I mean, we did this last year really for the first time. We did a show and caught these redfish, school up this time of year on the beach, and they're anywhere from probably 10 to maybe as much as 35, even 40 pounds.
Right.
So you got to be geared up with something a little bit more substantial than just your normal, backwater flounder rod.
Right.
This right here is, it's an 8 to 17 pound class rod. I believe I've got 20 pound braid on here for my line.
Right.
And then what we're gonna be doing is fishing live bait on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I've just gone with the 30 pound leader, probably 12 to 18 inch leader, with the egg sinker above it that'll keep my bait right on the bottom. And then these circle hooks right here, very important.
Yeah, this is an example of the circle hooks. And then what we'll do is we found, just from what we found and certainly talking to other folks, is the preferred bait seems to be the large menhaden that you can catch in the ocean. And it's really nothing more than sort of glorified flounder fishing, if you will, just a big Carolina rig. And we'll take our menhaden and hook them through the nose, set them on the bottom. We'll either be drifting through the inlet mouths or we'll be fishing under the bait pods along the beach. We're really not sure what we're gonna find yet, but we'll maybe try a little bit of both and go from there.
This fishing is no different than any other type of fishing we do.
Yeah.
You must be around the fish.
Yep, we gotta be where they are. So before we cut away here and get to fishing, just a quick little trick. When you're in your rigging, if you can snell your hooks, it will help you. And here is a quick how-to. I've got my leader. It's about 24 inches long. I'm gonna go straight down through my eye and let the tag end run right along the shank of the hook. I'm gonna hold it down there, and then I'm going to begin wrapping the line down the shank of the hook, just like this. I'm gonna do that, I don't know, 10 to 15 times. Keep the loops real tight together so it looks nice and neat. And then to finish up, I just take my tag in and go right back through the eye and pull it tight. And that is a snell. And so what that does is it holds the hook nice and straight and rigid so that it can't turn back on itself, and it really helps to get the hook in the corner of the mouth. So hopefully we can find a place for this hook, some of our others. Let's head offshore and see if we can get those big redfish going. So here's a quick tutorial on throwing any net up to, say, maybe 8 foot. This would be about the biggest. If you're left-handed, don't always remember to put it on your right wrist, or be sure it's cinched tight. I'm gonna coil the rope up into my right hand, like so. I wanna reach down. This is called the horn. Right here, this piece is called the horn of the net. So if you can get a little bit of distance, you wanna stretch that out so that the stringers come nice and tight through the net. Now what I want to do is to continue to coil the net really just like it's my rope. So I'm going to coil it once, and I'm going to coil it twice. Then I'm going to reach down to my lead line, put the first piece right in the front of my teeth. Now this is an important part. Be sure you can let go of this. Then I reach down to the very front edge right here, and this is how I'm gonna throw. So the important part when you're throwing like this is your left hand. Your left hand creates the arc and the energy to make the net spin open. Your teeth are the last thing that you wanna let go, but something you wanna definitely remember to let go of.
Should be straight here.
No Limits Fishing is brought to you by... There's no better place than the one you call home. It's where memories are made and futures are planned. Doesn't your home deserve the right protection? Stop by or call Allstate agent Rusty Russ at 910-754-6596 to talk about home insurance today and let the good life in.
Yeti coolers are built to take the rugged abuse that comes with the way we work and play. These grizzly-proof ice chests are virtually indestructible. With thicker walls, more than twice the insulation, they outperform the competition. And keeping things cold is what Yeti Cooler is all about. Yeti Coolers. Wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Marine Service Center of Little River, offering sales and service for Yamaha, Contender, Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, Carolina Skiff, and other top-of-the-line brands. Visit us online or off Highway 9 outside of Little River.
Fulford Heating and AC is a third-generation family-owned company going on our 40th year servicing Brunswick County. We have been voted Brunswick County's best HVAC company 5 years running and tops in customer service. Fulford Heating and AC has been selling warmer winters and cool summers since 1974. Now, back to more No Limits Fishing.
Alright, so we're sitting here right here in the middle of the Little River jetties, and we caught some menhaden earlier for bait, some live bait. We put them on the bottom, and man, I dropped my line down in probably 5 minutes, hooked him up. This fish, I'm telling you right now, this fish has run 200 yards. He's crossed the North Carolina-South Carolina border 3 times since I've hooked him. But we're still steady, just pulling. It's so cool to be able to come out here this close to shore, pump out, take your kids out of school, throw the boat in the water, go fishing, and catch these monster fish like this that we got on right now. This may be a long battle though. Feels like a big one. Guys, I don't know what the heck we got here. Well, I got a good idea, but I'm telling you, we're having to chase this fish down just like it's a big king mackerel. Get on the front of the boat, we're turning the boat, going towards him. He is just running like crazy. It may be a big king mackerel. It's supposed to be a redfish. Captain, can you get the net out for us? It's on here somewhere. I can't. Yeah, I got it there. It's gone under the boat. Very.
catch right there. How does this happen? I'll let you do the honors. This is what we were after. This is a big old Little River Jetty redfish. Probably what? I don't know, 35 inches, maybe something like that. 30, 33, 35 inches. Probably weighs 15 to 20 pounds, maybe a touch bigger. What we came to do. These fish are schooling up this time of year right here at the jetties and on our beachfront for the next month, and man, they just are awesome game fish. They fight super hard, but the regulations are these fish have to be under 27 inches and above 18 inches in order to keep them. This one is bigger than that. Breeding stock. Let this one go. What do you think, Braden? Like, nice run. Yeah. Gets him right on the lip. Alright, there he goes. He was happy. Normally we like to let them revive themselves, hold them there, and let them catch and get under their wits, catch a breath. That one, as you can see, he was ready to go. He flew right out of my hands. Swim off. Maybe we'll get to catch him again someday. Let's do that again. Yeah, buddy. You want to catch him? Get him, buddy. Crank it. And now he's hooked yet. Braden is in kindergarten. This is his first year. And we got out of school. Oh, there he is. There he is. Now he's tight. Hold on to him, buddy. You guys start working him. So we got out of school. Came out here this afternoon. Come on, buddy. Came out here. Got to pump up, wind down. Roll back. Crank down. Crank down. There you go. Got out of school today. Good north wind today. Too rough to get offshore. Working it, buddy. Pump up, wind down. Pump down here, buddy. Oh, man, I just had a big one. I just lost one, man. He bit it so hard, about jerked the rod out of my hand. What letter does redfish start with? Oh, you got it right! That, you just shocked me. Good job, man. Good job. Orange for redfish. Whoa! Uh-oh. Oh, turn to the corner. Come around the other side. Just gotta relate it to fish. We sit at home all night and try to learn letters. He acts like he doesn't know anything, but if you put a fish to it, apparently he knows more. Keep going, man. You almost got him. Oh, it's a shark! It's a shark! You like to say sharks, don't you? Oh my gosh. We thought this was going to be a big redfish, but it turned out to be a black-tip shark, I think. Some kind of shark.
Limits Fishing is brought to you by... There's no better place than the one you call home. It's where memories are made and futures are planned. Doesn't your home deserve the right protection? Stop by or call Allstate agent Rusty Russ at 910-754-6596 to talk about home insurance today and let the good life in. As a business owner, it's important for you to understand what you're making and what you're spending. At First Bank, we believe education is key to any financial endeavor, and we pride ourselves in collaborating with businesses. Visit localfirstbank.com or stop by a branch for a free business banking review. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Marine Service Center of Little River, offering sales and service for Yamaha, Contender, Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, Carolina Skiff, and other top-of-the-line brands. Visit us online or off Highway 9 outside of Little River.
Fulford Heating and AC is a third-generation family-owned company going on our 40th year servicing Brunswick County. We have been voted Brunswick County's best HVAC company 5 years running and tops in customer service. Fulford Heating and AC has been selling warmer winters and cool summers since 1974. Now, back to more No Limits Fishing.
All right, so down here at the Little River jetties, trying to catch these big redfish. This is very tide-specific fishery. They don't bite the whole time. It's real important that you come out here if you're trying to catch a redfish. It seems like it wants to be the best in the first few hours of the rising tide. So, you know, right there at dead low on up for maybe the next 2 or 3 hours, it seems like that's when the big reds want to bite the best. So, you know, you can come out here and spend all day, but it's just that one little spot of time is when they're going to bite. But, you know, last year what we did is we were trying to catch these big redfish. We actually fished amongst the big menhaden schools right along the beachfront in 10 to 15 feet of water. And we caught the heck out of them, had a great show, had a great time. This time, we ran down the beach, didn't see the menhaden school, so we came down here to the jetties as plan B. And fortunately, we've found some fish. But there is a big difference, you know, between the type of fishery. It's almost two different things going on. It seems like early in the season for the big redfish, they're going to start right here at the jetty. And then as we move into the, you know, I guess early October, it seems like they want to get out on the beach pretty good. Uh-oh, I think I'm getting a bite. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go, get ready. Oh, maybe my bait just got real nervous. Well, you can catch some pretty cool fishing with live bait. You can actually feel your bait fish get, oh goodness, they'll see what's about to happen. Got to. Your bait gets real nervous, he starts to kick in. You can feel it. And then all of a sudden it'll go boom, just like a hammer. Get the end of your rod, you'll get a bite. If I don't get a bite right here, I won't be surprised. He sees something down there he's not happy about. But anyways, two different things going on. Fishing right along the beachfront, 10 to 15 feet of water. We're fishing here at the Little River jetties. Seems to be fish on both areas. Ready. Yeah. Smoker! Look at this reel going. Man, I wish they got a clicker. I know, it needs a clicker. Absolutely donkey punch that thing. Wham! Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Oh, smokes. That's what it's all about. This fish is left town. Somewhere near the North Myrtle Beach Bridge. I just ran out of line. That fish just took every bit of line I had. I started seeing the reel, the old part of the reel, so we had the turtles. Alright, we're under control now. It's all good fun. I look down, I have no more line left. guys, this is what we came out here to do today. This is a beautiful 40-inch redfish. I am hereby declaring the redfish season and fall fishing has officially begun.
How about declaring lower southeast North Carolina as the new official big redfish capital of the Carolinas, huh?
That's right, that's right. Everybody wants to travel up to the Pamlico area and catch what they call the oil drum. Well, they don't get much bigger than this anywhere.
That's a great fish, man. The only thing I'm upset about is you caught all the fish today.
But I can make my return to No Limits Fishing and put you guys back on the fish. So this is my specialty, is redfish. Man, this was a good time bringing you fun. And all right, good deal. Let's let this guy go. Here we go. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, these last couple weeks, I'm exhausted, I'm happy, but the fishing has just been off the chain.
Yeah, fall fishing is here. We've had a great last few weeks. October has been super. We've been blessed with really good weather, stable weather, which is really important to fishing, and thus some super good fishing from a variety of species.
It's rare that, you know, we can talk about something, you know, leading up to events, leading up to fishing events in particular, where there's so many unknowns, you know, whether they're going to bite or not, everything. But fall actually did exactly what we always say fall should do. We had king mackerel, or we still have king mackerel, and we had the big redfish. It's just been, I mean, it has been awesome.
Yeah, and then the wahoo too. We've mentioned those in the past. They're right on the verge of coming. We've seen little glimpses of them. There's a lot of fish just to the north of our area, which will be coming down very shortly. But you know, one thing, the king mackerel, that's like one of our main staple fisheries here this season, and you know, we had a slow summer. It was a little bit off for us. The fish seem to be doing different things than they used to do. They've changed their patterns, and a lot of folks have gotten very discouraged because of that. But and I did make the remark this summer that maybe since the summer was so bad, the fall would be just that much better, and I think it kind of has been.
It has. I can't remember a time, you know, through all our years fishing here where in the fall that you could go literally, I mean, almost anywhere. You could go anywhere from as close in as, you know, 15 feet of water right on the beach, you know, out to 65 foot of water, or even out all the way to the break, and there are literally king mackerel at every single spot.
Where are they? Where are they all the time? That's the question. How does something all of a sudden go from, you know, seeming like there's a species in trouble and not that much, to all of a sudden how can we not catch? You know, where are they all? That is an amazing mystery.
And that's what fishing is all about. That's why we keep coming back, because you're trying to figure out something that you can't figure out.
Yeah, and I talked to, you know, I was talking to one of my mentors as a young person, Captain Adam Sanders, first charter boat captain that I ever, you know, worked for. Grew up here at Ocean Isle Beach. And we were talking about the fishing and how it used to be when I was working with him. That was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. And you know, he was saying that the electronics and the ability to navigate, you know, has hurt the fishing. And certainly it helps catch fish better. But again and again, we keep coming back to, just like you said, you just can't figure it out. But we keep trying. That's what makes fishing fishing.
That's right, and you know, the king mackerel has certainly been a great deal for us this year, and
right.
you know, just like we just saw on our little show there, the redfish deal continues, you know, to surprise us, I guess. You know, this is like we talked about there, it was, you know, this is a new fishery for us, and they've come on strong again this year. And I mean, what an awesome opportunity for, you know, nearshore anglers to be able to go out, you know, just right off the beach or right at the Little River jetties and catch these, you know, absolute monster bull redfish. I mean, we have, over the years, we've had world-class fisheries come and go from here. We had the giant bluefin tuna back in the early 2000s. You know, king mackerel fishing certainly at one time was probably one of the best, you know, here. This red fishing deal, this is world class. You cannot go anywhere else and do this.
Yeah, I think you're going to see in the coming year or two some actual national spotlight that'll come to our area because of this fishery that we're developing here along the beach. And you know, the question is it something new or is it something we've discovered? I honestly feel like it's a new fishery for us, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with the return of a lot of the schools of menhaden, which the commercial menhaden fishery was closed down in this area about, I think it's almost been 5 years probably, and since then it's taken some time, but we've seen the cobia come back, and now it seems like the redfish are following those schools of bait, and also because of how this coast lays with the north wind, it's nice and calm on the beach. It just sets up the perfect scenario for guys to do that.
Well, man, before we go for this week, I thought it was important that we introduce this new project that we are working on here. You know, our father Rube, this has been one of his you know, crazy wild dreams. But this is the Shalote River Swamp Park.
Right.
And this is going to be sort of a spin-off of the Ocean Isle Fishing Center here, more focused towards, you know, eco tours and swamp type activities. You can see here, this actual project is going to be built right here on Ocean Isle Beach Road in between Highway 17 and the island.
If you're familiar with the area where if you're on 4 Mile Road, just really about a half mile off of 17, there's a bridge that goes over a small creek, and many folks don't know that's actually the Shalote River. That is the headwaters of the Shalote River.
That's right.
And so that's going to be the key feature of the swamp. And then the main attraction to this whole operation is the zip lines. Is the zip line tour, and we're talking over a half a dozen towers up to I want to say 90 foot tall, zip lining through the treetops and over the swamp and all sorts of different. You know, that's becoming a very popular thing for folks to do.
I think our father maybe watched a little bit too much Swamp People or something, but he became very interested in this, and it was awesome to find that we have this resource right here that's, you know, full of wildlife. It's beautiful with the cypress trees, and like I said, the headwaters of the Shalote River are very neat. So
yeah, a couple other key features I know that we're working on there. We got the zip line tour. He's also building an adventure park. That's the above ground obstacle courses for those who want to try to get into more physical activities. I've done it before. That's tough. Right. And then actually the plan is to take the swamp and do kayak tours through that, showing sort of some of the natural characteristics. And also, one really cool feature about the swamp that you and I have seen is Brooks Ford.
Right.
So that's an area that's believed to have potentially been used by George Washington, who came to this very area. We believe also that it was used for moonshining or bootlegging through the area. So there's all sorts of stories that can be told and interesting facts.
Yeah. Well, this deal is supposed to open up here in the spring of 2015, so be sure to come out and see us.
Yeah, ShaloteRiverSwampPark.com.